Welcome back. I'm Michael Bull, and this is the Commercial Real Estate Show. Today we're talking about the U.S. office market. Please welcome my next guest, Michael Kruklinski. He is head of real estate with Siemens. Michael, thanks for joining us today.
Well, thank you very much for having me, and guten Tag from the sunny Munich.
Yeah, that's great. Thanks for calling in. And you guys have a new program called the New WoW program, and I want to hear about that. I mean, everyone's interested in what progressive companies are doing with their office space these days, whether you're a landlord or a tenant or an advisor. It's very interesting to see, what companies are doing. So, first of all, why was the decision made to switch to more open plan workspaces at Siemens sites around the world?
I think it's a very good question. Thank you. We want to continue to be an attractive employer, and that was one of the driving forces for us to do this. We did some studies on some companies and found that some of the leading companies are moving towards that. And you have, everybody talks about the Googles and the Facebooks of the world. It was some of the workforce that they are attracting. We're also competing with that. And so that was one of the things that we said we need to find a new way of working. That's what NWoW or New WoW stands for. And that was really the driving force, to find a good way to attract and keep talent for us.
Yeah, that's important. And what are some of the other goals and benefits that you found from this New WoW program?
Well, one of the benefits that we found too is that we were able, obviously, to reduce our footprint that we were using, and therefore drive a little bit of the costs down. But mainly what we found is people are actually talking with each other again. One study that was done in Brazil and also in Argentina, where we implemented this, they actually measured the email traffic, the inter-office email traffic, and it went down like 30%. And people are actually talking with each other again. What a novelty.
That's fantastic. I mean, I can't stand it when I see people emailing people and they're 12 feet away.
Exactly.
Why don't you go talk to them, right?
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get more done. Well, what kind of savings have you seen where you've implemented this program?
So we started the program out with a desk sharing ratio of 1 to 1.3, and we've increased it to 1 to 1.5. And so you can say we're probably saving like 30% of the space. But we also have a lot of auxiliary spaces, meeting spaces, phone booths, and ad hoc touchdowns. So we see some reduction in the space. But again, the driving force for us was to be an attractive employer here, and to also have something where people like to come to, but also, for us, it's not only about the office space. It also meant the cultural change. How do I manage people? And not everybody, you always have to be in the office or in the same office. You can work remotely and those kinds of things. So just the employee satisfaction played a big role in this as well.
Well, that's important. It's not just about reducing your office cost. It's about improving your bottom line, right? And if you're retaining more people and not having to retrain, that alone could be a huge savings. Well, how have your employees responded to the transition? I think if I had a private office and all of a sudden I've got 4 or 5 people within earshot of me, it might take me a little while to get used to that. But maybe I'm not your demographic employee. But how are they looking at that?
Well, you're absolutely right. We have the employees that finally I have my office, finally I have a window, and now I have to give this up in the environment. It is absolutely a difficult thing for some people to grasp. It's also, but what's even more difficult to grasp for people is that, heck, I can't stand over your shoulder anymore, see what you're doing, because we also promote working remotely, and that can mean from work from home or from other places. It's really, how do I manage people was a big challenge, and then it's a challenge on, I don't have an office anymore. But we're doing it also by leading by example. I don't have an office anymore. I lead the Americas, but I don't have an assigned office with my name on it because I travel a lot, and I don't need to have that. It's a waste of money, waste of real estate if I would have that. So we're leading by example and doing that. But the most interesting thing for me was that in South America, it was a lot easier to implement. We have a lot of examples there than it is actually in the U.S. We have a lot more challenges to do this and to overcome exactly what you said in the U.S.
That's interesting. Well, Michael, if you need some office space, you can come to my office, and I have a broom closet they've put me in, and I'll share that with you, okay?
Sounds good. I don't need much more than that.
We're talking with Michael Kruklinski, who is head of real estate for Siemens, about their office space, the New WoW program. So, Michael, what tips would you share with a company that's looking to switch to more open floor plans?
You don't treat it as a real estate project. For us, when we start these projects, it is real estate, it is HR, and it's IT. All these things have to come together. So when I was asked to do the interview today, one of the instructions said, call in from a landline. I'm calling in from Munich. Well, I have trouble finding a landline. We do voice over IP, we do cell phones. We don't have a lot of landlines anymore. So your technology has to work. My phone number follows me wherever I go. So it really has to come together, technology, HR, and the change management, and the real estate component. All fractions have to work together to make this successful, and you have to start early. In Mexico, when we moved from our old site to the new site and implemented this, we started almost a year in advance with the change management, talking about how to manage people differently and how to do things differently. You can't start early enough.
So morale has improved?
Yes, I would say in all the places where we implemented this, at the beginning, 80% of the people were skeptical, and 4 weeks to 12 weeks after implementing this new way of working, and if I would tell people, "Oh, we're going to go back to the old environment," they would fight me. So once people have embraced this and start to like it, it's very, very positive feedback that we're getting from everybody.
Have you found any health-related issues with someone maybe sharing a cold and having more sick leave issues?
Very interesting that you asked that. I never heard anything like that we have. It's not like people are sitting on the top of each other there. And it's actually a cleaner environment, to be honest, because we also have a clean desk policy. So at the end of the day, you have to have everything gone. You don't have food and the leftovers and that kind of stuff laying around anymore. So it maybe makes even a healthier environment because of that.
So did you have to change some of your procedures? Like, are you doing more janitorial than you would because you have shared spaces? What are the changes have you had to make in making the operations?
Some of the changes were, for example, that we discourage people to eat at their desk. We have larger cafeteria and the areas where they can actually have what we call meet and greet areas where they can eat, so you don't have it at your desk anymore because someone else might sit there tomorrow and just improve this a little bit. Just janitorial frequency of cleaning and those kinds of things. We didn't change anything there, but people have a little bit more conscious of what is happening around them because they might sit at a different spot the next day.
So at each spot, is there a phone and a computer screen, and you bring your own laptop? What's it look like?
No phones, but every spot has a screen, and you bring your own keyboard, and you come with your laptop, and you plug in or your wireless. You bring your headset. It's all voice over IP. It runs on your laptop, and your number follows you around wherever you are. So I can be working from Buenos Aires tomorrow, and you're still dialing my 407 Orlando number, and you don't even know I'm working from Buenos Aires tomorrow.
Wow, that's interesting. So I guess you have to have a lot of power on your internet there, right? A lot of bandwidth.
Absolutely. I mean that is a key, and to be able to work wirelessly, you have to have a lot of connectivity points where you can plug in then. But we try to work virtual. That it really doesn't matter anymore where you are, and I can sit wherever. There's some exceptions. We do have some skills or some workplaces. Maybe you have to have 2 or 3 monitors because you're a programmer, and we're conscious of that. So we wouldn't do if the job really requires for you to sit at the same desk all the time. You need a special data line or something, and we're conscious of that. But the majority of the workforce can really sit and plug in wherever they want. All
right. Well, Michael, thanks for joining us today. We appreciate it. And stay tuned. We'll have more on the office space in the U.S. I'm Michael Bull. This is the Commercial Real Estate Show. We'll be right back. The Commercial Real Estate Show is brought to you by Bull Realty Commercial Brokerage, a great place to do business. Visit bullrealty.com. RealNex, a comprehensive suite of powerful commercial real estate tools at an incredibly low price. Visit realnex.com. That's RealNex. Sozo Web Hosting and Cloud Solutions. Secure, reliable, and worry-free. Visit sozo.com. That's SOZO.com. FIU, Florida International University. Earn your master's in real estate online in as little as 10 months. Visit FIUonline.com. And by France Media, providing exposure to the world of commercial real estate. Visit francemediainc.com. For more information on these great companies or for additional podcasts, videos, or blogs, visit creshow.com.